Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. I'm tired. I tried to do a live one, but it's just buffering too much. Not good signal. Maybe probably overcast outside. So I'm going to do an unboxing. Ha ha ha. An unbagging and unpackaging. I got that really nice setup from Amazon with 2 pads. Came in a nice box. Put it over here. Okay. I got 2 mats. And the other day when I did the unboxing on this and talked about it, I found that it was a connect, what do you call it, a continuity tester, and I thought that it was a freebie. No, it wasn't. I paid for it. I ordered it. It was the same company, so they threw it in this box. So I'm putting some. I told you before, 3 patches that came from Earthing.com, Clint Oberst, and then the heart ones are from Electrocardiogram patch that we got at a discount store, and then a wrist strap, a 15-foot cord, and a mat. I got 2 mats, 2 cords, 2 wrist straps, and the continuity tester. So there's 2 ways to hook up with this. Whoever gets this one, whether it's Deb or Rita, will have 3 ways to hook up the wrist strap, the patches directly to like Rita could put on her kidney or whatever. And if you got a pain, you just put the patch right on the pain. And I'm going to get online here and one of these days I'll figure out how to do it again and do a screenshot or a screen share with a website, that Ultimate Longevity website. Look it up. Okay, so this is just in a bag. I'm going to open it up, see if it tears open. Some of these bags you can't get them open without a razor blade or something, you know. It's kind of hard to do. I can tear this one open easily enough. Okay. I'm not expecting a whole lot from this. I hope it's nice, decent, as nice as the other one. I'll be amazed. I mean, the packaging is like totally, you know, different. No nice presentation at all. That's okay. If it's functionally good, it'll be nice. Like if there was a continuity tester in here, that would really be nice, because I know I didn't order it from this company. An outlet tester would be nice. I don't know what I got in this one. I'll find out here in a minute. Okay, here we go. Bubble wrap. Gotta have bubble wrap to protect the things that can't break from getting broken. I've opened some things that were like so hard to get into them, I just broke them getting into them. Cut them open getting into them. So I don't like that. The over package. I got a mouse strap. The thing was plastic. Didn't really break, but it was so light. It had like 15 layers of bubble wrap and 10 layers of shrink wrap. I mean, it was just a nightmare getting it. It was interesting getting it open, to put it that way. Okay, so basically this is the same exact thing. Looks like it. Now the other one has a snap, but I don't know if it's the same kind. This looks a little bit more like Clint Oberst. You see the pattern on the bottom. That's the bottom. Your slick side is the top. Doesn't smell. Doesn't smell a bit too strongly. I'll put it that way. Credit card protector. Oh, RFID proof. And we have cord and something in addition to 1 wrist strap. 2 cords, 1 wrist strap, instead of course I got 2 pads with the other one. 2 mats and 2 wrist straps. That's why. So this one I got because of the extra cord. That was what it was. I remember that now. This has 2 cords, so it gives me an extra cord. And this one has 2 ways to hook up the wrist strap and the pad itself. I don't know why they don't give you a This is a big wrist strap, man. This is a Shaq O'Neal wrist strap. Good night. When we were selling kits, one guy wrote me said, "I need a wrist strap. They're mine are bad. Mine are bad. They're destroyed already." And I said, "What have you been doing with them?" I said, "Put them on my feet." Well, that's smart, especially the left foot. That's one where you want it. Right inside the ball of your left foot is where your body picks up electricity from the earth. If you didn't know that, you know it. If you didn't know it, now you know it. Dana White. UFC. First sport worldwide to come back from COVID. And the first sport-oriented person, celebrity with that much money and that much draw behind him to get tickets for everybody in his organization to go see Sound of Freedom, and to recommend online on YouTube that people go see Sound of Freedom. Phenomenal. Kudos to Dana White. God bless you for winning that $21 million in Vegas. Okay, that's a good. The snap is really tough. The thing I didn't like about Clint Oberst was the snap was continually falling off. It would just bump it would come off. So I got this little paper clamps where you black and steel ones where you squeeze them and they hold a bunch of papers together. I got that and I put it on there and it stays on now. Ain't coming off. Oh, come on. That was hard. Good snap. Let me see what goes on the mat. Is good. A lot looser on that. The wrist strap is much tighter. Yeah, it's tough. I have to clamp that one on if I use it. I won't be using this. I basically bought this for somebody else. I don't need it. I got one over at the fifth wheel. If I ever get back over there, pray for me. Looking forward to my next visitor coming here and helping me drive and having a car here. That would be a blessing. We're looking forward to it. Okay, what'd you do with the bag, Jerry? I don't know. I set it down. What'd you do with it? I told you to keep track of it. There it is. So earthing is very important. When I go camping, I take an earthing system with me, and I get a tent stake. I stick it outside the door of the tent, and I sleep grounded when I'm sleeping camping. Even though you're that close to the earth, I still want to be grounded. And I've talked about it. I'll keep talking about it because it's very important. This is what's going to get us. This is what's going to keep you safe in the coming years. Keep you healthy and heal you up. If you have a sickness, if you got pain, get grounded, for crying out loud. I got to tell you one spiritual aspect of it. A little girl had been having nightmares, monsters in her dream. Maybe her parents let her watch too many, or watch too many horror films. I don't know. There's no comment on that at all. But this little girl would have nightmares, monsters, killing her in her dream, coming after her in her dreams. Her mother got one of the first products that Earthing.com put out was the silver sheets, which don't buy those. Don't waste any money on them because they go bad very fast. You wash it once and it's basically destroyed. The silver is just a lining. It's a coating on a very thin coating on the sheets, and once it's gone, they're worthless. Throw them away. So carbon fiber sheets probably work better, but they still deteriorate. Well, that's why Clint Oberst went to this stuff. This is like a HDP. It's conductive carbon material, solid. So it's very good. Lasts forever probably. Although the one I got from him is fraying. The fabric is fraying on the end. They need to melt it down or something, singe it a little bit, or heat it with an iron or something. I don't know. Try to fix it. Anyway, point being is that this little girl was having very bad dreams, and her mom got a sheet. The little girl slept on. In the morning, the mother said, "Did you have dreams? How did you sleep?" And she goes, "Oh, mommy, the monsters came, but the silver sheep swallowed them up." So my read on that is that this was either an bad energy thing, demonic, and the earth swallowed up the bad energy, or the monster, or the demon. It was not able to do anything to the little girl. Nothing was able to happen to the little girl because she was grounded. So protect your body, protect your mind, protect your spirit with grounding. All right? Enough said. Okay, so the booklet on this one, Very about the same size as the other one. Shows you doing an outlet tester. That dog's going crazy out there. This almost looks like the same card. I guess I can find out it's right here. Duh. Hello. I think this one's got color in it, but similar. ATE Health. Watching care instructions. A lot more do's and don'ts on this one. Nothing much on this one. Wipe clean with soapy water, blah blah blah. I'm sorry for not speaking clearly. I'm not all here. I'm tired, worn out to a frazzle. Pray for me, like I said. Pray for me. Connecting your kid. Okay, here is a big difference, The one from Amazon, I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. You may be able to see it clearly, but I see nothing there about showing an outlet tester, and that is critical. I will not plug something in without having the outlet tested. Because I did that one time and it did not do me good. I got sick. You pick up bad electricity and it doesn't do you any good. So this one here, the one I just got from eBay, has a use an outlet tester, people. They're $5. Buy one online. Buy one on Amazon, eBay. Get one at a hardware store. You know, maybe 10. If you pay $10 for it, who cares? 2 amber lights, 1 red light. And if anything other than 2 amber lights lights up, do not plug into that ground. That ground plug. Don't do it. And next time I do something with grounding, I'll set it up out here and do the continuity tester. That thing is a boot. I love this thing. Like I said, I paid $100 for those 2 kits, $100 a piece, and I felt like that continuity tester was worth $100 and everything else was free. I paid for the continuity tester. They're only about $25 on. Okay, 2 amber lights. If those 2 amber lights light up, you're good. If it doesn't, you're not good. You're not grounded. And it gives you a bunch of different, what's 3 times 3, 9. But there's one. You can have an open ground, open neutral, open hot, hot ground reverse, hot neutral reverse, correct. I can't see them because of the. Anyway, you want to get one of those. You can get one with GFCI ground fault circuit interrupter, but you don't need the button thing. You don't really need that. So yeah, it's getting a little bit too close. So just get one of these. Worth its weight in gold with the system. Oh hey, no. I thought maybe this had Clinton Ober's card in it, but no, I don't see it. Now with this system, I had gotten a magazine. I got the book came with that, $100. The book, which is worth $20, $30. The magazine by Mariel Hemingway, and she did a video. She's on a lot of the videos, Grounded and Down to Earth. One of those videos she's in it. I think she has her own video. Mariel Hemingway. If you don't remember, she is the daughter of Ernest Hemingway, for whom the bill told Not This August. Or is that's from Not This August is a science fiction book based on a quote from Ernest Hemingway, I think. Not this August nor this September. You still have a year to do what you want, but the year after that or the year after that they fight. In other words, war's coming. Get ready for it, people. Don't be sitting around with your thumb up your ass while the world's ready to fall apart, and that's what's going on right now. If your thumb is in your ass, worse than that is if your head is in your ass. Get it pulled out. Basically it's a, everybody likes DIY, do-it-yourself stuff. Well, it's a do-it-yourself operation. It's called a rectal deflated autocranial rectal deflate extraction. Pull your head out of your ass. Autocranial, do it yourself. Cranial, your head. Rectal deflate, the crack between your ass. Pull your head out of your ass, and you'll hear the loud pop, and you'll be free. So a lot of people are caught up in what Babylon wants us to believe. I'm going to have a little ongoing conversation on one of them right now with a sister out in California. Anyway, neither here nor there at this point. But think with your own brain. I have seen people repeatedly who, will quote. They'll say the exact same words that I've heard from other people. They're not using their own brain to think with. They're thinking with somebody else's brain, with Thomas's brain or Ralph's brain or Joe's brain. Think with your own brain, damn it. That's why God gave it to you. And if you think that we have to live by Babylon's customs, by the customs of this society that we're living in, think again. The kingdom of God is not going to be run by Babylon's rules and laws, by the laws of this United States. Ain't going to happen. On that subject, I'm going to say there's a book that was written a lot of years ago, back in the early 90s maybe. Write this title down. The Third Paradigm by Dr. Mark Ludwig. Okay. And phenomenal book. I have a friend that buys multiple copies of it and gives them out to people, tells them to read it. Eric. It is a great book, very insightful, very powerful. And here's the thesis of it, okay? The thesis of it is that monarchy has been tried as a form of government for a nation. It's been tried, and it's been found wanting. It's been tried in England, okay? The empire in which the sun never sets, okay? It has been tried. It has failed. It is failing. It will fail. It has failed. It is failing. It will fail, etc. Okay, and then representative government has been tried. A democracy, a republic. Okay, a republican form of government has been tried. It has failed. It is failing, and it will fail. There is no hope for either one of those systems. The third system, the third paradigm, is living under the kingdom and the law of God, and that's going to happen. And that's what is happening right now. I believe this. I may be wrong. I could be wrong. It may be that God waves his magic wand, like everybody thinks we're going to be all poofy presto, raptured out of here, and be floating around in the clouds with our harps and in robes and stuff. And I personally don't think that's going to happen. You can believe otherwise. You can tell me otherwise. You can argue with me, but that's fine. You can have your opinion. I've got my belief, my opinion. And my point is this, that it seems to me that the Puritans may have been right. They believed that the kingdom of God was going to be brought forth here on this earth. And maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It makes sense. I see so many things happening that say that is what's going to happen. So I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that what I believe is or sense what I see God doing. In 1994, I heard a speaker talk on the Prophecy Club circuit, Jeff Baker, and he said this. He said, "People treat God like he's a pop machine or candy bar machine in the sky. You say we're going to do this, and then you pray, God bless us. God bless us doing this." He said, "Why? Why should he do that? We're going to build a new building. God, they have fundraisers and donut sales and car washes and stuff. And just so you can raise the money to do what you want to do. This is what we want to do. So God bless it. God bless it. God bless it. What we're going to do." He said, "Why don't we pray, dear Father, if it be your will, could you please allow me to see what you're doing in this world? Show me what you're doing in this world. And allow me to be part of that. Let me help you in the work that you're doing." That's what I prayed. I mean, in my family, every single person in my family, every child of mine, my wife, everyone that's sat at my table has heard me pray that. My family's heard me pray it hundreds of times, over and over again. That's been one of my main prayers, and that is, I believe, being answered, and it has been being answered. I've been shown some weird stuff. I mean, one day I said things were coming at me, information was coming at me so fast. I sat at the computer at home, and I put my hands up like this. I literally put my hands up. And I said, "God, my brain could explode." So a couple years later, I was at a dance. I took my kids to a dance. I drove them all over Colorado, Kansas, and Missouri, taking them to dances and schools and stuff. And now I can't get it right anywhere. Anyway, shut up. I apologize. So what? I took them to a dance, and I was like zoned out, like I am right now. I'm just tired, you know. Well, the sun had gone down, and right about 10 o'clock, it's time to go. Suddenly, I woke up. My brain went ping. I went to this guy that I knew very well, who now is my son's father-in-law. He married his daughter, and I started talking to him, and he said, "Oh, wait a minute." He said, "You ever seen Almost Heroes?" And I said, "No." He goes, "It's with Chris Farley. It's a comedy. There's a parallel expedition to Lewis and Clark, and the head of the expedition, he's a very, cultured and educated, college-educated Easterner. He's the Lewis Merriweather, and the mountain man guide is Chris Farley, played by Big Fat Chris Farley. And he says, "You should be part of this expedition, Mr. Whatever." And so he says, "We're going to teach you English. We're going to teach you how to speak better." Oh, wonderful. That's some people think I'm really stupid, but I'm not, So he says, "This is a capital A on a card. This is a small case A." And he says, "This is a large case A." And Chris Farley goes, Stop! Do you want my head to explode? In the name of all that's good and holy, no more for today." Screaming out loud, Anyway, Larry, this guy said, "That's what I feel. That's what I feel right now." I said, "Just don't say anymore, because my brain could blow up." I started talking about, electricity and electric universe model, and tornadoes being electrical, and probably the Ogallala Aquifer is going dry, and that means the tornadoes are going to be spread over the rest of the Craton. And I made that prediction in 2013, November of 2013. I said, the Ogallala Aquifer is going dry. The footprint of the Ogallala Aquifer is exactly the footprint, the area of Tornado Alley, South Dakota down into New Mexico, most of eastern Colorado and whatnot. And so I said the Ogallala Aquifer is going dry, therefore the electrical capacity in this country will be spread over the rest of the Craton, from the Rockies to the Appalachians. And it started happening. I said up into Canada and up into the foothills. Boom, there was tornadoes shortly after that. And in 2014, I heard of a tornado up in North Dakota, and several right up against the foothills of the Rockies, and twice, in the span of 1 week. I saw online 3 tornadoes on the same day in Aurora, Colorado. 3 a week later in Aurora, Colorado. That said something to me, because I grew up in Aurora, Colorado. I never heard of a tornado in Aurora. Never, not once. Not in 42 years of living there. So, there you go. Weird stuff going on. All right, well. Today, I was writing on some subject, and I'm not going to go into it, but I did a search on my emails. I write things, I compose them, send them from one email to the other, Gmail to Yahoo to Gmail, and to other people, as whoever it's applicable to, or I feel should read it. Today I did a search for something. What was it? Teddy Roosevelt and the Covenanters. President Theodore Roosevelt said that if it were not for the Scottish Covenanters, upholding the light of freedom, the United States would not exist. Think about that for a little while. If it were not for the Scottish Covenanters upholding the light of religious freedom, the United States would not exist. For number one, the our Declaration of Independence was based upon their declaration of war against the Crown of England. And Richard Camerland made the statement. He said, "The standard that we uphold, the banner that we raise up, will take down the throne of England," and it did. It was prophecy, and it did. So, 21 men declared war against 10,000 men. And so, here's a book by Maurice Grant, The Lion of the Covenant. Richard Cameron was called The Lion of the Covenant. Anyway, I was looking through my emails and I found some really interesting stuff. I mean, some fascinating stuff I'd written years ago, and like sometimes I'll start reading something like, man, this sounds like something I might write. This is really good stuff. First I'll say, this is really good stuff, and then I say, this kind of sounds like something I might write. Oh, I did write this, you know, so. Been through a lot of difficult times, and your memory is not what it used to be. So in this, the cover of this, or inside, is handwritten a poem written by my son Ian and I. And I can quote poems and things about the Covenanters, you know, till hell freezes over, but one of them is, "And no more the assembled people dared to meet in light of day, nor even when the storm raged fierce, nor even in the dead of night, save when the storms raged fierce, and compelled